Hello, my name is Dustin Hosseini and I work at Lancaster University. I'm a senior teaching associate and digital education facilitator at the Lancaster University Management School. Personally, what I first did was I started writing down ideas about what we could do, what we should do, and I blogged about it on my blog. That was the quickest way I could get out because I sensed at that time back in mid-March that things can't wait, we need to move quickly, we can't be worrying about, all the minutiae of the solutions, we just need to get something out. Because we had such a critical mass of people that we needed to help all of a sudden, we created a site on Teams, Microsoft Teams, called the COVID-19 Teaching and Learning Support Network. And we saw that it was very rapidly becoming popular as a place to exchange ideas, discuss ideas, so on and so forth. Since then, it's become, since about a month ago or so, we've renamed it the Digital Education Network, which interestingly harks back to a network that I attempted to launch at my university. I did launch it, it was called the Innovative Education Network, and the whole premise was let's exchange ideas across the subjects, across the disciplines, across the roles, because at the end of the day, good teaching practice, especially in terms of blended and digital education, comes from librarians, learning technologists, academics, administrators, students all working together to create these kind of good digital education experiences. The not so good perhaps is the timeliness. What was perhaps worst, which I think most people will agree, was in the UK, because the government kept changing its mind, this would have ripple effects at HE and probably FE level. Plans would constantly change and shift, and this caused a lot of unnecessary anxiety at all levels of universities, including probably students. What could have gone better was how the external impacts and effects were affecting the local, and I know that probably doesn't have a single answer. But clear direction would definitely help from the top. And we did get it at our university. I know other universities have gotten it too. So leadership was perhaps key to kind of moving successfully to digital education or not. Some universities have very clearly said what they'll do and when and how. Others we haven't really heard yet from. Going back to the community I talked about, the Digital Education Network, anyone can make a similar network in their own local university. They just need a system that allows it. We didn't use Moodle because Moodle was too not timely enough. Moodle doesn't really reflect how people communicate. You just type something, you send it off, and boom, someone else gets the message, or many people get the message immediately. With Moodle, there's always a delay. The same thing with Blackboard or Canvas. Usually, there's kind of a delay to kind of when people get messages. So in that respect, we're going to be using this kind of space to capitalize on it, to kind of go forward and take advantage of the critical mass of people that have joined in. Education is a very social process. We can't do it in silos. So going forward, I think we'll be working a bit more collaboratively. I've already seen this happen at other universities too, where digital education specialists or learning technologists, they've suddenly become elevated, but I think there's also been an awareness that we all have to work together a bit more closely. One way I've done this is I've constantly kept tabs and in touch with people via Twitter, experts, or LinkedIn, or relevant professional networks such as CEDA, ALT, the Association for Learning Technology, also Advanced HE a bit, and other communities. That's how I've kind of kept in touch. And I've also done a bit of reading too, as much as I can. One of the best websites I can recommend is Hybrid Pedagogy. It's a journal. It's all about blended and online learning. And it's open access. It's free. So I'm not trying to sell you anything. So anyway, that's all I have for today. Thanks very much for having me.